Summer is just around the corner, so in this video we're going to be taking a look at what we could be seeing in this year's ERLC summer update and also when we could be getting it. So if you like this video or you enjoy it or find it useful, drop a like and subscribe, but let's get straight into it. Okay then, so we are going to obviously talk about dates, but most importantly right now we're going to talk about what I think could be coming in the update itself, and we have to start off with what I think is the most likely outcome, and that is a huge fire department overhaul. I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, but ERLC have been hinting towards a huge fire department update for many months now. There's been a lot of talk about this fire department update, a lot of people saying that they really want it to be added, and it is good to know that it is likely that a fire department update of some kind might be included in this year's summer update. That's my predictions. I think a fire department update is very likely, but what I also think is very likely is also what usually happens in summer updates, and that is a map expansion. Now, it kind of was a tradition for I think 3 years in a row. There was a map expansion every single year in the summer update, and the only time they did a map expansion was the summer updates. There was one a year and it was always the summer update, but then they kind of broke it in 2024's summer update. They didn't really expand the map, nor in 2023 they didn't really expand the map, and in fact for the last 2 years a lot of people have been arguing that the summer updates have been quite disappointing. Obviously we've had ATVs added in that kind of time, we've had this whole area over here expanded with this completely new kind of bridge. I say expanded, it wasn't really made any bigger. Highways the same size, pretty much everything stayed the same size apart from a bigger lake, which doesn't really provide any use anyway, but at least this area of the map was revamped, and I think at least what we will get this year is a map revamp somewhere, whether they revamp Springfield and make it a bit bigger or a bit more updated, whether it's to do with the city getting completely new building redesigns, which they've done many times, whether it's the farm area or the housing suburbs, maybe a whole new kind of housing way the houses work in ERLC would be really cool. It is a much requested update to have better working houses. And some more of the wild things I've seen people saying is boats. So obviously I think in Maple County very recently they had a huge update where they added boats, or maybe updated the boats or something. I don't really know much about Maple County, but they had a huge boat update and it was kind of related to their summer update as well. So hopefully ERLC can follow in track with that at some point. Now, it has been an argument for many years that there isn't enough water in the game to have boats, and I was agreeing with that, but more recently it's kind of changed. Now obviously when we say boats we don't mean cruise ships and cargo ships, obviously that is unreasonable, but little like inflatable rafts. Obviously I don't know why this photo is so high in contrast, but most of you have probably seen this image, which is obviously a boat on a trailer for the fire department. It's not a super yacht, it's not a cruise ship, it's a nice little feature that can just improve roleplays that little bit. Imagine having this on the fire, then the police having maybe a slightly different police boat but similar size, similar way that you can tow it around. Maybe there's a boat launch point, maybe some kind of coast guard rescue thing. Maybe they can do like a rescue team which combines in with mountain rescue for High Rock Park and water rescue for using the rescue boats if they need it. Sort of like the best comparison I can think of is the RNLI in the UK, which I don't know if many of you guys know what that is. Basically an extra emergency service to the emergency services, fire, police and ambulance, but it's for water rescues, and they have different bases all around the UK. Something like that in ERLC, maybe tied in with mountain rescue for High Rock Park, could be a really cool idea for a completely separate team. And of course civilians could have the option to have boats like this as well, just to drive around on. Will we get any more than that for boats if boats are added? Pretty much 100% no. There isn't enough water source at the moment for that. Going back to my previous point about a map expansion, if they have a map expansion or a map revamp in this year's summer update, it could be a possibility that the lake and the river gets expanded. Maybe there's a coastline somewhere. I don't know. Completely speculation, of course. And we don't know anything about this year's summer update. This is all just speculation and my initial thoughts as we enter the summer update season. Of course, I'll be making a lot more videos whenever any leaks come out or any summer update related news. So make sure you subscribe with notifications on for that. A notable mention is planes. People always talk about planes, boats, trains, all that kind of stuff. For ERLC, planes will not be added. I'm pretty sure of it. It doesn't make any sense. Where the hell are you going to put a runway? 2 runways at least to make planes actually useful in the game. It's not going to happen. Forget planes. Although I did just mention trains. Now there has been again a bit of mention from trains within ERLC. A lot of people talk about it. It would kind of make sense. It's not unrealistic to assume they can put some train tracks around the map. It is completely reasonable. Of course, from that they can do train robberies. It can be a nice roleplay thing. You could maybe go on it. You could, I don't know, do whatever you do on trains. It would just be a little cool feature. Quite useless, maybe, yes. It's not like anyone needs a train to get public transport around the map because everyone has a car anyway. But then again, a lot of things in ERLC are technically speaking useless, but people use them to create their own roleplays, which is what a train would do, I'm sure. I don't really have too much to say about it. I think it would be cool, whether it'll be a train track around the whole map, whether it'll be smaller sections, where they'll put a train station, how it will work. I've no idea, again, or just speculation. Although I do think it would be cool. And as I said, Mr. Fergie many years ago, I believe, if I remember correctly, I think he reposted a tweet from quite a notable train developer for Roblox, so maybe take that as a grain of salt, but maybe it's a sign, although it was many years ago, so irrelevant, I'm sure. So we spoke about map expansion, boats, trains, planes, map revamp, even a house revamp. Who knows what will get added? I think all of them, bar planes, are definitely things to reasonably consider. But what I do hope for this year's summer update is that ERLC bring back the OG hype and tradition from previous summer updates. Not 2024, not 2023, previous years below 2023 were really, really awesome. I feel like there was so much hype built around the updates there. I feel like the updates were so huge with quantity, with what they added, whereas recent years I just feel like they've been a bit like, what did we get for the 2024 summer update? Let's take a look. So we are in the PLC announcements channel right now looking for some updates, and this is the most recent one from 2024. Now what we can see here, several map updates. They added a larger lake, landmark, bridge, and that's pretty much it. What we're talking about here, they expanded this lake and added this bridge. Cool, right? But is it really worthy of the biggest update of the year? You let me know in the comments. Although this was only one of 3. If we go to the second update, we can see we had ATVs, 6 new vehicle models, a few other little bits as well. And then update 1 was a gun system, phone system, pothole calls, and a few other bits and bobs as well. They're not exactly bad updates. I'm not saying they're bad updates. They were good. They are big updates. But compared to 2022 and beyond, I feel like the hype and the way the updates were just really good. That is just my opinion. But while we're here, we can take a look at time frames. So the first part of the summer update in 2024 released on the 1st of July. At the time of recording this, it is 11th of June, so could be by the end of the month we get our first summer update, which means any time from now up until then there could be any kind of summer update leaks. We don't know. Although it is worth noting here, maybe they were just doing monthly updates, as the previous update was on the 1st of June, so that was literally bang on a month before. Maybe it's just a coincidence that it was a month after and they were attempting monthly updates back then. Maybe there was coincidence. Maybe summer update could be on the 1st of July. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And then summer update 2 came out over 2 weeks later. I remember it was very delayed. They kind of planned to do it weekly, but they didn't come out until like over 2 weeks after. And then summer update part 3 didn't come out until pretty much a month after part 2. So yeah, they really dragged out the summer update here, but it was cool. They did add a lot of stuff. It was very nice, and this was the 10th of August that the final part came out. So if they do split the summer update into 3 smaller updates, it could be up until middle of August where the final update comes out, which is quite far away. You can see for summer update 2023, it came out on the 28th of June, which is sooner than the 2024 one, which is definitely very interesting. You can see this one was kind of a bit disappointing for me. This was probably the worst one. Custom ELS private server pack, no one really asked for that. It's cool, don't get me wrong, but for summer update, not major. New vehicles, great. Fire department update, great. New buildings, great. It's great. I'm not saying it's not, but for a summer update, people expected a lot more. And then for 2, we had mine caves, safe robberies, drones, DMV update, and punching and a key fob, which are all minor things. Yes, together they are quite a big update, but again, it's a summer update, biggest update of the year. Whereas summer update 2022 is probably one of my favorites. 2 times map expansion. They added the entire highway, they added the whole of Springfield, loads of new mountains, the whole of High Rock Park was added, everything. It was a huge update, including major server callouts, which was really cool. And this one was definitely very hyped up. So yeah, double map expansion was huge. Hopefully it'd be awesome if we got something like that this year as well. But that is all for this video. Let me know your thoughts on everything I spoke about in the comments below. I'd love to know what you guys want to see for this year's summer update, and when do you think it will release. Drop a like and subscribe, turn on notifications to keep up to date on any new summer update news, leaks, and even live streams as well, where we'll be talking about the summer update. And whenever or whatever it will be, it is for sure going to be exciting. So get ready everybody, we are just a few weeks away from possibly getting our first few leaks. But thank you very much for watching, drop a like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!